Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Ready or not, here comes the tie.
Who will go to Norman to take on Oklahoma?
And it's Alabama.
This is the biggest football game that we've had at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium.
And playoff time in Norman is almost here.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime, potentially, opportunity. We've never hosted a playoff game before.
This game means everything, you know, as being able to shoot the guns, drive the schooner at the playoff game, I couldn't imagine anything better.
Let's go! It's going to be a non-stop party here in Norman this weekend.
This team is hard to kill. They're gonna do it again.
I love being in this environment where we're all here for the same reason.
You know, what fan base, has been like our fan base? The loyalty, the passion, hunger, the edge, the pride.
I think Alabama doesn't know what's coming for them, bro. We're gonna get them this time.
Boomer Sooner, John Mateer's gonna run your on the ground.
This is going to be a game that goes all the way to the end, and we have to have our fans all in.
It is finally game day in Norman. OU is hosting Alabama. So much on the line for this college football playoff game, and tens of thousands of people are going to this game tonight.
We're going to talk with the Chamber of Commerce about what that means for their businesses. We have live team coverage. Brianna Brown, Kylie Dedman are down in Norman this morning. We're going to talk with them in just a little bit. But first, we got to talk about the forecast because it looks like it might be pretty nice for a game day in December. Let's talk to Megan Gold about it. Hey, Megan.
Hey, guys. It will really be a great forecast. Could not ask for anything better. Afternoon temperatures, upper 50s, low 60s. Winds yesterday were kind of out of control. 46 here in Oklahoma City. Gusts 50 to nearly 60 miles per hour up in May Ranch. And for today, we will have a south wind that returns. And that south wind will gust 30 to 35 miles per hour. So not quite as bad as yesterday, but if you're headed to the game, it'll be chilly thanks to that wind. High pressure settling in, and the storm that brought us all that wind is now pulling off to the east, and it is far away from us now. Clear skies greeting you here on your Friday. From our Christensen camera, we are a cold 27 degrees, feeling like 23 down in Norman right now. It is 28 degrees and 32 in Mustang, 27 in Tuttle, and 24 in Piedmont. There have been a few spots up in the north and west that have briefly fallen into the teens, and when you check out 24-hour temperature change, we're about 20 degrees colder than we were this time yesterday. Off into eastern Oklahoma, 30 to 40 degrees colder. Again, our winds are light right now, a little breezy in the northwest, but through the day, the winds pick up. We'll talk more about that. The weekend, your 9-day forecast minutes away, guys. Back to you.
All right, Megan, thanks. 6:03 your time right now. Let's get a check of traffic. Hopefully for a lot of folks, maybe the last work day before Christmas. And you're taking a live look right now on I-235, the northbound lanes looking toward the Dallas Junction. So many folks are going to be heading through the Dallas Junction on their way to Norman this evening. And we're going to be continuing to check in. Right now, no major crashes that are going to slow you down, and that's the way we like it on a Friday morning.
We've got you covered for the big game. We have live team coverage throughout the morning. Right now, folks, we are 11 hours away from kickoff.
It's not early enough. I think folks were out there last night. Both our Kylie Dedman and Brianna Brown are there live this morning. First, we want to go to Brianna Brown, who was with the Pride of Oklahoma at their practice last night. Good morning, Brianna.
Good morning. Yes, the excitement has been building up this whole week here on campus as the college football playoff game approaches, and that energy was on full display last night. Now we have a behind the scenes look of just what that practice looked like last night with the Pride of Oklahoma, and as fans are gearing up for kickoff today, the Pride of Oklahoma was already putting in that hard work and putting the final touches on what they'll bring to both the stands and the field. They actually had to adjust their practice schedule this week for finals, but they were out there putting in the work, and I actually got to speak with drum major Haley McFarland on what this moment means to her.
It's a huge honor to get to be drum major for the very first playoff game here in Norman. And it's also, like a very big responsibility. I think we're welcoming a bunch of people to Norman for the very first time, and I really want to show them, what we're all about.
And band members, they tell me they know that their role goes way beyond music. They help set the tone and bring the energy to the stands and the field. So they'll be bringing that out there tonight. Here live in Norman, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
They'll be bringing it for sure, Brianna. Thank you. Now let's go to Kylie Dedman. She's sharing a story of one fan whose gift this Christmas will really melt your heart. Kylie, good morning.
Colby, good morning. Colby, can you just imagine your first time coming to Norman and it's for a playoff game? Well, that's exactly what's happening for 9-year-old Voss Smith. He knew one day he would come to Norman to see the Sooners play, but he never thought the first time he'd come to Norman it would be for a playoff game. What began as a father's passion for OU sports has become a lifelong bond passed down to his son. Tyler Smith grew up in Oklahoma City, and although he now lives in the Sunshine State, he's still letting his Sooner spirit shine.
This year you will be getting one of your presents to the year. You and Dad are flying to Oklahoma on December 19th for the playoff kids. Yay!
Tyler and his wife surprised their son Voss with playoff tickets, marking this his first OU game in Norman.
So there was multiple games we had like, hey, let's go to this game, let's go to that game. And it was, I mean, you got to make your decision living, out of state. Like, is this game worth like spending all the money on flights and tickets and all that for? And so obviously with it being a playoff game, it was like, hey, if we can get tickets, we'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Once tickets were secured, his parents then surprised him, saying they found an early Christmas present just for him.
We'd bought a stupid little football, and he opened the football, and obviously, as you see, the note falls on the ground, and the football's flat, and we've aired it up and played with it since. But he reads the note, and I knew he was going to lose his mind. So
I just barely turned my eyes down, and I was like, oh my word. And I got so excited because I saw it, but it was upside down too.
In a now viral video on TikTok, Voss's surprise is reaching not just the fans, but band members, mascots, and even players.
I was just so happy for me and my dad because this is like the biggest game he's going to be at, and it's going to be my first game in Norman, and it's just a lot that's happening. And
Now, before their game, they're going to be doing all of the Sooner traditions. They're going to go to the Walk of Champions, Heisman Park, and of course, go and check out College Game Day. Reporting live in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Kylie, great story. I love that they're flying all the way in from Florida. I hope it's a great experience. Good job. Hey, folks, if you are heading to the game, the Norman Police Department has made a traffic map showing you the traffic patterns and different situations on different roads. So on your screen, you can see some of the suggested routes that you can take around the city. Lindsay Street from Berry to College will turn into one-way before and after the game. Campus Corner and streets around the stadium will be closed, and police suggest avoiding South Jenkins Avenue due to ongoing construction. For even more coverage ahead of OU's game against Alabama, including analysis and exclusive interviews, grab your phone, scan this QR code on your screen. It'll take you right to your Sooners game day guide. It's at news9.com. Kind of everything you need to know. Our team has worked really hard trying to make it an easy experience for you because we know tens of thousands of people descending on Norman today.
Absolutely. And if you're out there already this morning, hope you got your jacket. Hope if you're driving that way, you got some heat on in the car because it's a chilly start to the day, Megan.
It is. Temperatures in the 20s this morning. Later today, we're going to warm into the upper 50s and the low 60s. We will have winds today gusting 25, 30 to 35 miles per hour. Not quite as strong as yesterday, but it will still make it feel very chilly at the game. So make sure you bundle up. From our Lucky Star Skycam network, our view from Regency, the skies are clear this morning and temperatures, they are running in the 20s. Winds are going to pick up as the day progresses here. We'll talk more about your forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
Also coming up, with the influx of visitors to Norman, that means more money for the city. After the break, we're going to speak with the president of the Norman Chamber of Commerce about the economic impact. Back after this.
All right, it's time for the bus stop forecast. Guys, we know Norman is not in class today because of the game, but there's still so many districts that today is the last day of class for the Christmas break.
I think my kids have like pajama day or something.
Oh,
it's something Christmas related.
Don't even get ready for school.
Yeah, they're having all their Christmas.
Parties.
Exactly.
I love it. It's so much fun. And are they off for 2 weeks? Did the kids get 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's I think January
man.
6th is when they go back.
Man,
so.
a lot of time
Same
with
for Edmond and a lot of school
The
districts.
college kids get, what, a month off?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Keep
6
reading.
weeks.
Keep reading, kids.
Yeah, keep
It's
setting.
important.
No need to go back.
Hey,
anytime
the
soon.
best stuff forecast, it's a cold one, so bundle the kids up this morning. Temperatures are running in the 20s and the 30s, and by the time we pick them up this afternoon, upper 50s and low 60s. 6 more sleeps for the kids until Christmas. I know we've got so many Oklahoma kiddos that are so excited for Santa to make his arrival here in Oklahoma. Check out this family, Precious from El Reno at the Festival of Lights. We've got Riggs, left to right, we've got Riggs, Rise Foster, Finley, and Crew Ferguson. And you can tell who's not quite sure of Santa. I think that's Finley there. So yeah, you'll learn to love Santa.
I think we all have a photo like that at some point, crying on
Absolutely.
Santa's lap. Who's
Absolutely. This is Stevie from Ponca City. Precious, almost like just, I mean, how do you make a picture so
postcard or
perfect?
something,
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. Amazing. And looks like she's having a good conversation with Santa there, telling him what she wants for Christmas. And when we talk about the previous Christmases, we've been talking so much about the heat that is coming our way for next week. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and the record high for Christmas Day is 73 degrees. And that was in recent history back in 2016. When I take you back through the years, we have records that go all the way back to the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the warmest temperatures really go from the low 70s to the upper 60s. So we're going to kind of shatter all of the records in terms of at least the top 9 warmest Christmases. We're going to be the warmest one on record. Christmas Eve, 74 degrees, and I do want to mention both of these days are totally dry. We will have more clouds with us for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, more sunshine, temperatures on both days in the mid to upper 70s, and the record again, 73 back in 2016. Those of you down in southwestern Oklahoma, Mangum to Altus, you may be about 80 degrees on Christmas Day. Hard to believe, right? Yesterday, it was all about the wind. We had a cold front come through, a strong north wind back behind it. Now up and down the high plains, things are much quieter. There were winds 80 to 90 miles per hour up across portions of the Dakotas back to Montana yesterday. So big relief from that, but there are still some high wind warnings ongoing. Back to the west, where dry high pressure settles in. Our big wind maker is off to the east, and there is our cold front well down to the south and to the east. So where do we go from here? Today, it's a great day, but we've got a strong south wind with us, not quite as strong as yesterday. Tomorrow, our next cold front comes in. It's still a warm day, but your Sunday is going to be cooler, and we're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover around. So still above normal, though, in the mid 50s. As we go into Tuesday, this is when the heat really starts to crank up, at least heat in relative terms for late December. This ridge of high pressure, it expands, it comes to the north, and really a good portion of the country is going to be in control from that ridge. As we go towards the end of the month, there is some hope. We're sitting at the 9th driest December on record right now, and there's some hope that there may be a little moisture that comes in the last few days of the month with this storm system in particular. It's still a couple weeks away, so things may change. We may get it, we may not. Moisture does not look plentiful, but at this point, we'll take anything as the drought continues to worsen. Here's the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam Network. Christensen Cam, a cold 27 degrees right now, feeling like 23. Temperatures across the metro in the upper 20s and the low 30s. Enid, your 31 degrees. Clinton, 29 and 34. In Woodward, our winds are light to calm off into eastern Oklahoma and a little breezier back to the north and west. And this afternoon, we will be in the 50s, warming to a high of 61 degrees. Here's where the winds start to crank up later this morning, gusts 30 to 35, and that will be with us through the day. That means the OU game. We've got a strong south wind, so it will be chilly. Highs today in the upper 50s and the low 60s, a little warmer back down to the south and to the west. And for your game day forecast, could not look any better, falling into the upper 40s by the end of the game with that breezy south wind. Tonight, 30s and 40s. The cold front comes through tomorrow. Still a warm day. today with 70s down in southern Oklahoma. And then for your Sunday, again, we are much cooler with temperatures back in the 50s. Here's a look at your 9-day forecast. Christmas Eve, 74. Christmas Day, 77. Guys, back to you.
All right, Megan, thank you. Of course, tens of thousands of fans will be in Norman today for that big OU Alabama game, and the city of Norman says it's ready.
Yeah, this morning, the president of the Norman Chamber of Commerce joins us live, Scott Martin, to walk us through what this historic game means for the city. Scott, good morning. First off, just how excited are you guys for this game tonight?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me on today. We are super excited. This is a historic day for Norman and the University of Oklahoma. Our first time to host a playoff game here in our own hometown. So this is going to be a big day. There's just a bit of buzz all week long around our community, and it is just ramping up to what we know is going to be a great game this evening.
Yeah, and Scott, I wanted to ask too, Alabama fans, I mean, they travel really well. That means a lot more folks coming into Norman. They're going to be spending money there. What has the economic impact been since OU's been in the SEC?
Sure. So traditionally, before the move to the SEC, we usually looked at about $11 to $12 million of economic impact on any home game weekend. Well, that's doubled, if not tripled, now that we're in the SEC. So this is a huge weekend for our local businesses and our local economy.
What is the number that you're expecting? Is it around 45, 50 million?
People are estimating anywhere between $24 to $36 million of local economic impact.
Wow.
And so you think about small businesses that are going into the holidays, wrapping up their calendar year. This is going to be a really big deal for their bottom line. And so it's significant for our community to be able to host this game tonight.
There you go. How has the chamber been preparing businesses and helping get ready for this? What has your role been?
Well, this wasn't just a one-off. We've actually been working for the past 3 to 4 years as it was announced that we were going to be moving to the SEC, preparing for what this new look would be for Norman. And so we knew we needed to up our game, not only for the fan experience, but also our visitor experience. You mentioned earlier that Alabama fans love to travel, and we found that to be true this entire season and last year also. SEC fans, they love to travel, they love to support their team. And so our local businesses, partnering with our city and our business sector, we've really been able to up our game here and the university to provide a top-notch experience for not only the visitors, but also our regular fans.
Yeah, for a lot of these businesses, I mean, the season is almost their preparation. This is like their own playoffs. They've been preparing for it. Scott, what's your final message to fans as they head down to Norman today?
Hey, come early, have fun. We're all the crimson's the color, so we're all going to be cheering for our team. But enjoy tonight, and certainly from Norman's perspective, we want to welcome our friends from Alabama to our community this evening. We're going to be cheering on our Sooners. We're expecting a positive outcome tonight, but we're going to have a lot of fun at the game.
Scott Martin with the Norman Chamber of Commerce. Scott, thank you for doing that live shot with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, your time now, 6:21. We are watching some traffic for you this morning. This is a live look from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. He had just pulled up to a crash, actually. We're being told there are some injuries associated with this, and that crash is located at MacArthur and Reno. So we're trying to get more details as he pulls up to the scene here any moment. We're trying to ask who was injured, how bad it is. We are seeing some flashing lights, Colby.
Yeah, it looks like in maybe a parking lot of a business. So possibly IMSA ambulance station right there. So we're going to be talking with Lex. He's going to be working with authorities as well. We'll bring you the latest, of course. We're going to be back right after this. Welcome back. Last night, our Toby Rowland emceed the Oklahoma Breakdown live preview show. This was at Riverwind Casino. A lot of excitement down there. About 1,500 Sooners were in attendance, all getting ready for the big game. And Toby was able to bring us back some score predictions. Take a listen.
I'm going to go on a limb. It's going to shock you. Yeah. I'm going to take the Oklahoma Sooners. That defense is too good, T-Row. Yeah. I mean, they're so good. And the last 2 times they played, Brent Venables has had Kalen DeBoer's numbers.
Took Oklahoma. I just feel better about more things. I always love leaning on defense. I also think, man, special teams, field position.
For even more coverage ahead of OU's game against Alabama, including analysis, exclusive interviews, just grab your phone right now, scan that QR code on your screen. That'll take you right to the link. You can also head over to news9.com. It's got everything fans need to know about the Sooners game today.
We love those predictions. All right, let's get over to Megan Gold for the outdoor forecast. Hey, Megan.
Hey, guys. A lot of folks spending time outdoors, especially today down in Norman. It's a cold start to the day. A live look here from our downtown camera, part of our Lucky Star Skycam network, waiting on a little bit of daylight there off on the eastern horizon. Our sunrise is just over an hour away. Temperatures are much colder than this time yesterday. We had 40s, 50s, and 60s yesterday. We've got 20s and 30s this morning. A little more wind up into the north and west, and your hour-by-hour outdoor forecast for today. A few clouds around, temperatures warming into the upper 50s and the low 60s. We've got a lot to talk about. Your Christmas forecast, your weekend forecast. It's coming up right after this quick break.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Can't win 4 unless you win 1. This program was built for this moment.
Well, that'll get you fired up at 6:30 on a Friday morning. We are now 12 and a half hours away from the big game down in Norman, OU hosting Alabama tonight.
So much on the line, so much excitement, and we have live team coverage coming up. Look at this, our reporters in Norman, and we have everything you need to know if you're heading to the game, the timeline, the F-35 flyover. We're talking about it. Also need a good forecast for that game.
Boy, I'll tell you, the wind behind yesterday. It's going to be a little bit better today, but still a cold start out there, Megan.
It is a cold start, much colder than what we had this time yesterday. And we will have wind with us through the day today, a south wind compared to yesterday's north wind, and it'll gust 30 to 35 miles per hour, but much better than yesterday's 40 to 50 miles per hour. This is the live look from our Mathis home cam this morning, the hustle and bustle of our Friday morning underway here, and the skies are clear. Temperatures have fallen into the 20s across the state. Our winds from yesterday have diminished significantly, but as the morning rolls along here, we'll have gusts to 30 and 35. So get ready for that this afternoon. Temperatures, they're going to warm into the upper 50s and the low 60s. So really a good day overall. Your game day forecast looks great. As you are headed out this morning, we've got spots like Clinton to Alva to Enid that feel like the teens. So it's a big coat start to your Friday morning here and your hour-by-hour forecast. It looks pretty good. By lunchtime, we're in the 50s this afternoon with a high of 61 degrees. We'll talk more about your OU football forecast, the weekend forecast, and your 9-day. It is minutes away, guys. Back to you.
Megan, thank you. We are going to talk more OU football in just a moment, but first, other headlines we need to get to. A judge blocks a request that would have required Oklahoma DHS to continue paying child care costs for some Oklahoma families. Last month, DHS paused funding for school-aged children over budget concerns. A group is now suing the state agency and is asking for the pause to be lifted and restore those subsidies while the case moves forward. A judge disagreed. Despite the decision, the group is not giving up, and DHS says it all comes down to funding.
We'll do everything we can to try and get that funding in place as soon as we can to help with that, because we do believe this is an important program that we operate.
DHS has requested $70 million in state funding for its 2027 budget to stabilize the child care system.
2 Oklahoma nonprofits say FEMA owes them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Recovering Oklahomans After Disaster, or ROAD, as well as Catholic Charities, provide case management services for disaster survivors. Both say the federal agency is behind in paying back nearly half a year worth of reimbursements for services that it promised to pay for.
With a 10-year history with DCM grants through FEMA, the most we had ever waited was maybe 4 weeks upon submission of an invoice to be reimbursed. So this year has been much different than it has in the past.
So ROAD says it may even be forced to close its doors at the end of the year without any funding. We have reached out to FEMA. So far, they have not responded. Of course, we'll keep you posted. 6:34 your time right now. Let's take a look at your morning drive as you're heading out the door this morning. Taking a live look from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. Right now, he is headed to a crash. It was reported that there's possibly injuries with this crash. That's at Southwest 44th and MacArthur. As you can see, well, there's an emergency crew that just rolled right by him this morning. So we're going to continue monitoring that as he's on the way to the scene. As soon as he gets there and gets a live shot up, we'll bring it to you.
Your time now 6:34. We are a little over 12 hours away from kickoff tonight in Norman, and the OU campus is buzzing about this OU-Bama game. University officials actually opened campus up to tailgating last night at 6 p.m. Some dedicated fans claimed their spots early, all ready for tonight's matchup against Alabama.
We're all here sharing one common goal, rallying behind the same football team, and it's a great environment, great experience.
Kickoff is at 7 p.m. tonight. Gates open at 5, and OU leaders say they want fans in those seats early and they want fans loud. For even more coverage ahead of the game tonight, including analysis and exclusive interviews, grab your phone and scan this QR code. You can also go to news9.com, but it's the Sooners Game Day Guide. We put it together, everything you need to know, traffic, tailgating, analysis, interviews, predictions. It's right there on the Game Day Guide.
You may not know this. I know I've kind of kept it a secret from you guys, but I did go to Clemson. And last year when they were in the playoffs, I missed dearly Brent Venables. Like a 3rd and 8, dialing up a crazy blitz.
Yes.
Defense is going to be the key. I believe the Sooners are going to get it done.
I know. What a big game. Let's get over to Megan Gold. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. You watching the game from your couch, or what are your plans tonight?
I'm watching from my couch. Yeah, I think that's the best seat in the house. I mean, I'm probably going to have big FOMO, but you know.
I know.
Regardless, it's a win-win if we win, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Colby, your prediction was what, 35-21?
35-21. I'm standing by it.
I said 27-24. I think it's going to be a little bit closer.
It may be. Yeah, that fourth quarter is going to be a nail biter. Always is. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we blow them out and it's not even close. But so much excitement. 6 days until Christmas. Regardless of what you got going on, it is going to be a big weekend across the state, putting finishing touches on the Christmas shopping. For your game day forecast, it could not look better. This afternoon, we're going to climb into the upper 50s, the low 60s. By the time the sun sets, it will start to get chilly with temperatures falling into the upper 40s with a south wind gusts to 20 and 25, which means it'll feel pretty chilly. Make sure you bundle up. Out the door this morning, we're in the 20s and 30s. Our winds are light, but they will increase as the morning goes along. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Well, here at News 9, we want to recognize teachers for the impact that they make in the classroom.
This morning, we are recognizing Cindy Ring from Pauls Valley Intermediate School. The person who nominated her says she continues to pour into the lives of students and young people, even the ones she doesn't directly teach. Cindy, thank you for everything you're doing.
And if you know an educator doing great things in the classroom, nominate them to be an impactful teacher. Just visit news9.com/teacher. Hey, before we go, we want to take you back out to this breaking news. This is on the southwest side, Southwest 44th and MacArthur. Our Lex Stanfield just got to the scene. It's being reported right now as an accident with injury. You can see there is an ambulance there on scene, as well as the fire department. So we're working to get details about what exactly happened. Of course, as he's getting set up, he's also working to get information, and we'll bring it to you as soon as it comes in. Welcome back. Not just Norman getting excited about tonight. Oklahoma City downtown this morning was showing some Sooner pride.
Love it.
Yeah,
the Devon Tower.
It was. And you know, when I was driving in this morning, I saw the Paycom and I was like, surely there's not a Thunder game tonight. Surely not, right? Because how do you split your love between your two favorite teams? But I wanted to start weather by showing you the time lapse from last night. We had the Paycom lit up with
Devon Tower.
Devon Tower, the Paycom.
Yeah. That's okay.
Tomato,
That's okay.
tomato.
Sorry.
Next to each other.
It's 6:41 in the morning, right?
It looks good,
It
though.
looks great.
I know,
It's
caught
not
everybody's attention.
It's not that this morning. We're hoping it goes back up, but it's one of my favorite things that they do. You know, when the kids went back to school, they had kind
Pencils
of like
and crayons.
Yeah, so they always kind of do the latest and greatest thing that's going on. So a lot of fun. Just wanted to show you that.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, this morning the big deal is that our winds have died down significantly from what they were yesterday. That big wind machine is now pulling well off to the east over the Great Lakes and pulling up into Canada. The cold front from yesterday moving through portions of Georgia, the Carolinas this morning. A lot of moisture with it. And I would tell you, we would have loved to have had some of that moisture yesterday up and down the high plains. The winds were ripping, and we will have more strong winds today, just not quite as strong as what we had. So that area of low pressure, the wind maker, again, there it is, pulling off on water vapor imagery. Here's where we go from here. Today we'll have a south wind return. It was a north wind behind the cold front yesterday. And then tomorrow we get another cold front that moves through. Tomorrow is still a very warm day. Temperatures a good 15 to 20 degrees above normal for this time of year. So the cold front comes in. It's not a super strong front by any means, but it will cool our Sunday back down. By Monday, a south wind returns, and by Tuesday and into Wednesday, this becomes the big story. The ridge of high pressure in control, very, very warm, really across a good portion of the plains, the southeast. Temperatures so very warm for this time of year, with all of the cold air staying well up to the north across the Dakotas and really across portions of Canada and the Arctic, kind of where it belongs, if you will. As we go towards the 26th and the 27th, we've been talking about how we're in a severe drought, the dormant dry vegetation, fire danger. It is a concern once again today. We're sitting at the 9th driest December on record, but there is some hope with a storm that is showing up in the data towards the end of the month. It doesn't look like moisture in some of the data is all that plentiful, but it could be our next chance for rain and maybe even storms and another cool down. So we're hoping for that. This is the live look from our downtown camera as we're breaking daylight. Our sunrise just after 7:30. Gorgeous here on your Friday morning. Maybe this is your last day of work for the kids, last day of school before the Christmas holiday sets in, and we are a cold 27 degrees, feeling like 21, and the air is dry at 63% humidity. Weatherford, you're 29 degrees this morning. Good morning to all of you. El Reno 27, to Guthrie 27, 26 in Purcell, and 29 down in Norman for any of the college kids that are already getting things going on this game day. Winds are completely calm off into eastern Oklahoma, a little breezier up into the north and west, and that is the beginning of the strong winds as we go through the day today. Wind chill values in several spots have fallen into the teens, so it's a coat start to the day. You didn't need the coat yesterday morning, but you do this morning. So let me take you through future view with our wind speeds as we go through the morning. Winds are going to start gusting 30 to 35, and again, fire danger, it will be elevated once again today, so please keep that in mind. Through the afternoon, south winds still 25 to 30 into the afternoon and evening. They may come down some, but if you're headed to Norman for the game, even though our temperatures aren't all that cold, you'll still need to bundle up because that wind will make it feel chilly. Alva this afternoon, a high temperature of 61, 65 in Lawton, 59 in Stillwater, 63 in Ardmore, and 70 in Guyman. For Norman this evening, tailgating in the 50s, falling into the low 50s by kickoff. When the sun sets, it'll start to turn chilly with clear skies and that gusty south wind. Tonight, temperatures fall into the upper 30s, the low 40s. It's pretty mild with a breezy south wind and clear skies. And then tomorrow, there comes your cold front, upper 50s, low to mid to upper 60s and 70s down to the south. Winds will still be gusty tomorrow. And then Sunday, with the cool down, it is our first official day of winter with the winter solstice. Your Christmas forecast still looking warm with record-breaking heat on Christmas Day. When you put it all together, this is what we get, your 9-day forecast. By Tuesday, the 70s start, and guys, our next cold front will hit the following Saturday after Christmas. Back over to you.
We are following breaking news. Want to take you live to this crash on the southwest side of Oklahoma City. We just saw firefighters pull up. We know that this crash is pretty bad and there are some folks injured. It's a live look right now at Southwest 44th and MacArthur. This is just north and slightly west of the airport. It involves at least 2 vehicles, and both vehicles have pretty good damage. So we're trying to figure out exactly what happened, how many people are hurt, but it's impacting this intersection right here. Traffic can get by, but a lot of first responders in the area. So just a heads up, that vehicle we just zoomed in on has a lot of damage. It's one of the ones involved in this crash. So again, a crash with injury, Southwest 44th and MacArthur, just north of the airport over on Airport Road and Highway 152. So as soon as we get more details, we'll bring it to you. But that's what all the flashing lights are on the southwest side of the city.
We are going to have team coverage all throughout the morning as we are now a little over 12 hours away from kickoff down in Norman.
The big OU Bama game. Our Kylie Dedman and Brianna Brown are live in Norman this morning. Let's start off with Brianna. She was actually at the Pride of Oklahoma's band practice last night. Brianna, good morning.
Good morning, Lacey. Yes, excitement has been building up this whole week here on campus, and last night that energy was on full display at the Pride of Oklahoma's marching band practice. Now, I had the chance to stop in for practice. We have a behind-the-scenes look of just what they were doing yesterday. Now, while fans are gearing up for kickoff, the Pride of Oklahoma was already putting in the hard work. Now they're putting the final finishing touches on what they'll bring to both the stands and the fields. They actually had to adjust their practice schedule this week because of finals, but they were giving it all their all last night. And I actually had the chance to speak with drum major Haley McFarland on what this moment means to her.
It's a huge honor to get to be drum major for the very first playoff game here in Norman. And it's also, you know, like a very big responsibility. I think we're welcoming a bunch of people to Norman for the very first time. And I really want to show them, you know, what we're all about.
Now, band members have told me that they know their role goes way beyond music. They help set the tone and keep the crowd energized, and that's exactly what they plan to do tonight. Here live in Norman, Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Certainly a lot of folks bringing that Oklahoma Sooner pride to all those Alabama fans tonight. Thank you, Brianna. Now let's get to our Kylie Dedman. Kylie, you have a story of one fan who received an incredible game day gift. Good morning.
Yeah, Colby, before 9-year-old Voss Smith understood what wins and losses meant, he understood this. Saturdays were for OU, and the only colors he knew about were crimson and cream. Now, he knew one day he would come and see the Sooners play here in Norman, but he never thought the first time he'd be in Norman would be for a playoff game. What began as a father's passion for OU sports has become a lifelong bond passed down to his son. Tyler Smith grew up in Oklahoma City, and although he now lives in the Sunshine State, he's still letting his Sooner spirit shine.
This year you will be getting one of your presents of the year. You and Dad are flying to Oklahoma on December 19th for the playoff kids. Yay!
Tyler and his wife surprised their son Voss with playoff tickets, marking this his first OU game in Norman.
So there was multiple games we had like, hey, let's go to this game, let's go to that game, and it was. I mean, you got to make your decision living, you know, out of state. Like, is this game worth like spending all the money on flights and tickets and all that for? And so, obviously, with it being a playoff game, it was like, hey, this is, if we can get tickets, we'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Once tickets were secured, his parents then surprised him, saying they found an early Christmas present just for him.
We'd bought a stupid little football, and he opened the football, and obviously, as you see, the note falls on the ground, and the football's flat, and we've aired it up and played with it since. But he reads the note, and I knew he was going to lose his mind. So
I just barely turned my eyes down, and I was like, oh my word. And I got so excited because I saw it, but it was upside down too.
In a now viral video on TikTok, Voss's surprise is reaching not just the fans, but band members, mascots, and even players.
I was just so happy for me and my dad because this is like the biggest game he's going to be at, and it's going to be my first game in Norman, and it's just a lot that's happening, and
Every time I hear that little yay and he jumps into his dad's arms, it's just the sweetest moment. Now, before the game, they're going to be doing all of the Sooner traditions. They're going to go to the Walk of Champions, go to Heisman Park, and of course, go and check out College Game Day. Reporting live in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Well, welcome to Oklahoma, all the way from Florida, little Voss. Kylie, great story. Thank you. Hey, guys, if you're headed down to Norman for the big game, here are a few reminders. Road closures will go into effect effect at 2 this afternoon. Norman Public Schools has canceled classes today. Several Cleveland County offices will close early, including the courthouse at 2 and the sheriff's office at noon. For even more coverage ahead of the game against Alabama, including analysis and exclusive interviews, scan this QR code on your screen or go to news9.com. We have everything you need to know wrapped up in our Sooners Game Day Guide. Back after this.
6:55 right now. Let's get back out to this breaking news on the southwest side of Oklahoma City. You are taking a live look at this scene right near Southwest 44th and MacArthur. A bad crash here. We believe this was one of the vehicles involved. It looks as if this van maybe even rolled. There's debris all over the ground right now. This did come in as an injury accident. We're trying to learn the extent of those injuries, just how many people were involved here and what exactly led to this crash. Our Lex Stanfield is there. He's been talking with authorities. We're going to be getting those latest updates. We'll have them here and over on the News 9 app.
All right, one last look at weather. Kind of chilly out the door this morning.
Yeah, it's cold. Temperatures are in the 20s. A gorgeous shot on all of our sky cams. This is Norman Regional Camera this morning. Our sunrise here in 40 minutes at 7:35. Norman, America, going to be the place to be today. Highs are going to climb near 60 degrees statewide, a little warmer down to the southwest. And remember, that gusty south wind today will make it feel chilly at the game tonight. If you're headed there, cheer loud for us.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We'll have more OU Bama coverage throughout the entire day.
Absolutely. Keep it right here on News 9. We'll see you at 7:26.